Ghost Cult Magazine welcomes in Blake of Saul. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Happy to be here with you.
Yeah, man. Congrats on the brand new albums coming out soon on Spine Farm, a label we're big fans of. That's Rises Equals, very strong record. Guys are been on an arc for your whole career where it just seems like you keep topping yourselves. And I say that sincerely. I know that every band does like the speech. This next record's our best record ever, but like I actually feel like this is your best record ever. And
Right.
I wanted to start talking there because it seems like you guys put a lot of work in on this one.
We did. We really did. And it's coming out October 23rd. And we really put everything we had into every single one of these songs. No filler, all killer. So we really tried to put, an emphasis on every single song being, the favorite. You know what I mean? So even when I listen to the record, I can start at track one and be like, that's my favorite song on the record. By the time you're through it, you say that about every song. At least I have been. So it's really cool. There's a lot into this record for sure.
Right on. And as I was saying right before we started recording, my first exposure to the band was live, and I always feel like you're a band that thrives on being a live band, and I feel like this is a record that you could play any of these songs more or less live.
Yep. We're definitely, when 21 comes around and everything opens back up, we're ready to get out and play the full record live.
That's killer. Yeah, and obviously, I'm happy to jump in and talk about the album and your career. I certainly hope you guys are well and, everybody's safe and sound. This is just an impossible time. And, I don't want to lose the human fact that, I hope nobody's, been caught up sick, ill, compromised, anything.
Right. No, actually everybody's been good here. I know my wife was tested once, but I mean, nothing came back. It was all negative. So, yeah, everybody's been good here.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. And yeah, of course, I'm sure you had tours planned to support this record, festivals. I know you guys were booked for, some of them are rebooked for next year. Some of them, hopefully you haven't lost too much of your time, income, and, not just, what I try to express to everybody is the music industry is not just bands, and it's certainly not just journos, but it's tour managers, it's roadies, it's merch people, venues have tons, we're really suffering. So, hopefully your crew is intact and they're getting by as, hopefully as good as they can be.
Yep. Yeah, with everything going on this year, definitely. I know our front of house guy had to pick up a part-time job and stuff. So I mean, it's been really tough. He got a security gig up in Minneapolis, and so it's been tough not being on the road. And definitely the venues have taken a blow hard. It was sad to see some of our our favorite venues having to be shut down. So yeah, 21. I'm hoping everything is right back to where it was, because we can't do this much longer.
I know it's hard. And, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about the loss of your venues. I'm in New York City. We've already lost some iconic venues. Some are hanging out and strong. Some we've lost. And I see that all over the country, places I've visited, bars and dives and little clubs I've been to.
Yep.
It's just hard. And some places are hit harder than others. But yeah, man, this record, let's keep it positive. This record is a lot of good things to feel good about. And, like I said, it's really good to see a band progress over time. So I wanted to kind of ask you, what are the things you guys have done? What would you say are the secrets to your success that have enabled you to kind of like continue to improve over time?
I think one thing we didn't want to, so we released an EP, The Touching of Parallels. Zach and I, for that record, were very influenced, heavy on Tool. So moving out of that into the Eons record, and then now into the full length record, Rises Equals, we didn't want to pigeonhole ourselves into, that sounds like Tool or whatever, So really just having the want to kind of change the sound and make it a little more, I can't say, I mean, mainstream, yeah, but definitely just write songs that we felt were from the heart in an emotional way, rather than, let's write this riff in 15, or let's, you know what I mean? Let's see what it sounds like in 11. We didn't do any of that. If it didn't come out in 4/4 or 6/8, we were just kind of, that's where the grooves are at. So that's kind of where we kept everything.
Right on. And, no shame in that game. Everybody starts with influence from somewhere. Every band, I like to say that every band kind of starts off like a cover band, right? You figure out what you like and you try to be like that. And then you develop your own identity. No shame. Listen, Tool is one of the greatest bands ever. I'm a humongous fan.
Same.
A lot of bands sound like Tool, and then what Tool will do is they will finally come out with a record and change the game completely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now nobody sounds like Tool because they changed what they are a little bit. So
Yeah, it always just goes to, you sound like old Tool. Like, well, yeah.
that's a pretty good compliment, man. I want to sound like old Tool if I make music, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. You don't want to be derivative, and I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I really noticed the change, and even lyrically, like you said, from the heart, right? I see Brother, Get It Right, Inside, Don't Close Your Eyes. These are very interpersonal, emotional songs that obviously come from experiences, not just a story, which is really cool.
Yes. Every single song on here is from a personal experience. We really tried to hone in and harness that and do that for the record. Like even like Don't Close Your Eyes. I don't swim. I mean, I sink like a stone. And so like Don't Close Your Eyes is about me being like my fear of drowning and pretty much of the ocean. So yeah, it's cool.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. Not easy to talk about some of these things. And you guys I know there's some other tracks. You guys have been through some personal stuff, family stuff that's been rough.
Mm-hmm.
And, my heart goes out to you guys or anybody that's just gone through a tough time like that. But do you feel like it's helped you to talk about these things through songs? Obviously, you haven't been able to play them live much, but, does it help you?
I think so. It's definitely a release. It was, when we first started playing Brother live, it was definitely an emotional thing, which, gradually, I mean, it still really, really is, especially when the crowd's singing it right back to us and, screaming Brother on the bridge with me. I mean, it's really a deep thing. But I'm glad that, we've played it so much, now that I don't get that huge emotional thing. We did have a moment where we recently lost a buddy of ours and we were doing a live stream with Clutch. And I almost broke down. I tried to dedicate the song to him, but, just the meaning of the song and the moment we were in right there. And I almost broke down, almost didn't start the song right. You know what I mean? So, but it's cool. Definitely a lot of deep emotions on this record. 100%.
I hear you, man. And as much as you want to be a professional, and again, I admire you guys a lot, you can't remove the fact that you're a human being. You got to feel feelings sometimes.
Right.
I saw a really great, I was at a festival a while back where Megadeth had suffered a personal loss. A friend of theirs had died and they had trouble playing. And no diss to Megadeth is one of the greatest bands ever also. And they had a hard time, Mustaine had a hard time. It was the day Nick Menza passed away, actually. We had just found out the night before and then he had to go perform those songs and they played his signature song. And he was choked up, man. He had to turn his back to the crowd and not just have a moment for himself, which is hard in front of 10,000 people.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's where, some of the realest music and performances come from is moments like that. You know what I mean? To Dave Mustaine's a real dude with real emotions and, he's showing it right here. It's really great to see that.
Yeah, right on. And again, I'm sorry for your losses and it's just a tough time. I know the words unprecedented and never before seen get tossed around very casually now, but we are in weird times. We are in uncharted territory as a group of people, as Americans, as humans. It's just all these things. So, like I said, I've said often, look, a lot of bands and a lot of labels were we can't put something out right now for whatever reason, financial. So I'm just thrilled that bands are still this is a very heavy time of the year for journos and bands.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge release cycle time, the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe even 10 weeks if you want to count to Black Friday, Record Store Black Friday, if it's still kind of happening. So, it's cool that you guys are sticking to the schedule. Spinefarm has done a really great job with you. I'm a fan of your publicists. So they've done a marvelous job kind of supporting the band. How is it obviously strange for you to probably not be able to, hand your record to somebody over a merch table for the first time in the band's career, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's very strange. I see the pre-sales are coming in nicely, but it's weird not having a CD release show. You know what I mean? It's just, that's going to be very strange. The record released today, but I'm not prepped and ready in Chicago or wherever to play the show, so that's going to be strange. And, definitely I'm hoping, you know, all I can say is I hope 21 pops off right away so we can get out and start supporting this album and get out and, you know, meet the equals again and do the thing. But yeah, that's going to be very strange not playing a show on the 23rd. We're talking about possible doing a live stream, but they're just not as fun. They're cool, but you know what I mean, when it's just your wife in the background, you know, doing a couple hand clicks. Okay, thanks. Next one.
That's pretty funny. I missed the Clutch one. Sorry about that. I had something else going on that day. But how was the experience for you to perform via? Did you guys record in advance and then stream it, or did you play live while, you know, streaming?
Yep. Nope. It was live. Yeah, we clicked live button and then just went with it. And there's definitely a learning curve. We're definitely trying to up our game on the next one. But it's a learning curve. I mean, everybody had to dive in and figure this stuff out real quick if they wanted to be on the live stream train. And yeah, so we did our first one in March, did another one with Clutch in July, and yeah, we're getting ready for our next one.
Very cool, very cool. And it's interesting because Clutch is a very good, like, you're a band that can kind of walk in different worlds. Like, you're not pigeonholed, like you talked about the Tool thing, but you can hang with Clutch. You can hang with other kinds of bands. So I think it's very cool that you guys, your fans are cool like that. And you as a band, you can kind of chameleon it up a little bit and, you know, walk in different places.
Right. You know, when we played with Clutch, I had to sing all our songs in zeros and ones. So it was cool though.
Dude, I think JP like counts in binary code. Like,
yeah,
so good on the drums. I've hung out and talked to him. I did a whole interview with him where we talked about nothing but jazz. He didn't even really talk about Clutch stuff. We just talked about jazz drumming. And right. Yeah, the dude's like a robotic mind, kind of like AI in real form.
Yeah, and they're cool, legit dudes. You know, because we got to share the stage with them in 2019. It was Saul, Clutch, Killswitch Engage, and In This Moment. And Clutch were like the nicest dudes. I mean, we just kind of chilled with them and just like, oh man, you know, these guys are, you know, big and everything, but they're just down to earth, you know, regular dudes.
Right on. We covered that tour, actually. I wasn't there personally, but we had somebody cover that. So I remember the praise was there also back then. So yeah, man, it's just a good time for you guys in the world. In the meantime, beside getting ready to release this record and hopefully staying safe, what have you been doing, like hobbies or whatever, to just keep yourself occupied beside making music?
Eating a lot. I'm getting fat.
Aw.
No, that's a fact though. So pretty much that. I mean, I should be probably working out, but I've just been eating. I did start recently doing vocal training with Melissa Cross. So I'm very excited about that. And that's about it. You know what I mean? Fixing up the house here and there. The wife's got, you know, the honey-do list and all that stuff. So, you know, basic stuff.
Nice work. Melissa Cross is a legend. That's amazing. I'm a big fan. We've hung out and interviewed her before also. And was there a specific thing, obviously you don't want to say too much, but is there a specific thing you wanted to improve by connecting with her and her technique style?
Yeah. So I think one of my main issues really is pushing too hard when I sing live. So, you know, she's got it in my head where, you know, let the microphone do its job, and it's what it's there for. And, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, work on my sing scream technique to where I don't get blown out after, you know, 3-4 shows or, so we're just working on a few different things. It's really awesome. And she's great. She's a great person, one, and she's a perfect vocal coach. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's really nice working with her.
Yeah, she's amazing. And congrats on that. That's good. I'm so excited to hear what comes next from that result. And, you know, the list of people she's worked with is insane. So, and she's great. So, nice work. Just kind of, I'm always curious to know, like, what was, obviously you guys have a musical family, but like, what was the first song you ever heard, or the first thing that made you I want to do that. I want to make music. I want to sing. I want to play something. What was the first thing in your life?
You know, it might've been either Black Sabbath or maybe the Metallica Black album. I was a huge fan of Chevelle when they came out. Filters, Hey Man, Nice Shot, just the way you know what I mean? It was just like, holy crap, this is awesome, you know? So it's really hard to pinpoint it. Zach and I mean, we literally wore out the tape of Nirvana Unplugged. and that's how long ago. I mean, we bought it like on like a garage sale, like 50-cent VHS, and we had this one old VHS that we couldn't take it out of because we were afraid it was going to destroy it. So we literally just pushed play and watched it, and then we're like, oh, let's watch that again, and just wore the tape out. But that definitely got us hooked into music for sure.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite track from that Unplugged? It's like one of the best unplugged live concerts ever, not just Nirvana shows, but like, do you have a favorite song from that?
Oh man, Zach, what's that song? Nothing on Top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lake of Fire. Yes, yes. The Meat Puppets.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, when they did that, that was a great track. We loved that.
Arizona's finest band ever. Amazing. Yeah, man. That's killer. And yeah, I mean, all that kind of makes sense. Sorry about Brooklyn being Brooklyn behind me, of course, always sirens forever in my
no, I'm in my garage. This is where like our studio, like everything is, and there's flies always. I can't get rid of them, dude.
That's crazy. There's like a holistic trick for that. You get like a 2-liter soda bottle and a little bit of water and honey and a piece of floss or something, and they stick to it. You can YouTube that, just like literally fly trap organic, and it'll come up.
I like it.
Just, if you want to be, whatever. But yeah, fly season. That tells you how messed up the planet is. Usually in the summer, right? Flies usually like, summertime thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man, just awesome connecting with you and shooting the breeze and getting to hear more about your story. And again, Rise is Equals, really strong record. Really proud of you guys. And yeah, I hope we get it all back. I imagine like those even just going to the bar or that very first like local show next year where everything is safe, people are going to go ape shit. Bands, fans, bartenders, people are going to go nuts. And I just hope we get it all back. I'm really, going to shows is my life. It's definitely part of your life for sure. Yeah. And I much prefer to do these in person with a beer in a basement of a club than I don't mind talking to you like this. This technology is a miracle, and I don't throw that word around, but like I'm super glad to get to spend this time with you. But next time, in person at a show, I hope.
Definitely. 100%, because, yeah, as much as I like this, I'm kind of tired of it, and I want to shake hands and do all that.
Fist bump and
yeah.
Head bang, all that. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you and your time. And again, we'll talk soon. Take care.
Cool. Thank you very much, sir.